Now I am live.
Okay. Hold on.
Thing showing off stuff about the build. If you want to see everything in this video in more detail, you can go check it out there. If you can't make it to the stream, I will be posting all of this tomorrow. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who helped make this dream of mine a reality. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't hype it up too much. And yeah, thank you. Take care.
Hey. Okay. That was fun. Hey, that was fun. That's what the title says. Because the title says, hey, that was fun. Why is this not... Okay, there we go. I'm going to turn this down a bit. Okie doke. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. Hold on. Oh, fuck. I need to reset my camera. Hold on. /join. I could in real life. I don't know if the stream could. Okay, hold on. I'm under my desk. Don't say anything important. I'm under my desk. Okay. So now if I bring this guy over and I go like this, it's not a black screen, I pinky promise. Haha! There we go. Hi all. So that was big video. Man, that shit it's out there. It's done. It's done. Can you what? I don't know what just happened. Okay. You might be able to hear my roommates screaming. I should also mention, I live with Nadine. Obviously, she's my girlfriend. But I also live with Zach and Serena now. So most of the cast is just here. Also, this is so bright. I'm so white. I look so white. I don't like that. We're going to bring this thing over. And then we're going to make it say Minecraft. And then I'm going to click back on Minecraft. And here we go. We should be... Hey, doesn't this look familiar? Wait, hold on. I should get my death counter off. That's for something else. Turn your light upwards. This one? That's fine. So here we are. Holy shit, it's Glenda, the chicken. And it's also Glenn the chicken. There he is. We found him. All right. So I'm going to get through this, we're going to talk about some stuff, and then we're going to wrap it up. So obviously, this is the completed valley map. I'm just going to do that right away. Completed valley map. This is what the players get after the end of part 1. But I also made, before the stream, just for everyone's convenience, a big map just to showcase how everything kind of fits in. So we were familiar with this continent, right? Kono Village, Hetha's Lab, Karna's house, all that shit. This is the first part of the adventure. It all takes place right here. And then from that, the players will go to Hetha's house and go in a tube that takes them over here to Zymor, the City of Dragons, right here. Like, directly beside each other, pretty much. And also, in case you're wondering what this is where all of our stream builds are. So everything that we built on stream, like the lighthouse, like Santa's workshop and the North Pole and the Notre Dame Cathedral, all that is on the same server. It's just off to the side a little bit. So this is currently everything. It's pretty cool. I wanted to make it just so you guys could get a better idea of the layout of everything. So we're going to go through some stuff. Let's start with Kono Village. Kono Village It's chill. It's whatever. I don't really have a lot to say about Kono Village. It's all pretty laid out. I like it. I like it a lot. This thing, I want to talk about this thing. Because this says, you might gloss over it. Great King Valisor, King of Varus, Conqueror of the Nightmare Realm. If you come into this, you're like, I don't know what the fuck does that mean? Because Glenn tasks you with getting the book, a map of the Kingdom of Varus. So you come here and you see this thing. Whoa. So this is what the king looks like. He's dressed in all black, and there's actually a little bit of foreshadowing with the lava seeping out of him, which is pretty cool. I like that quite a lot. That's pretty much all that Kono Village has to offer, though. Heading into the valley, Nadine built Karna's Mushroom. Like I said, this was a challenge build for me to make something out of purple and pink, and I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, it looks all right. And of course, you come in the water and then go up it to get to the top. So this thing's actually really cool because on the outside, you'll see it's just gray walls with some blue flames. That's all you can really see of the Mineral Tars arena. But of course, when you go inside, there is these beautiful gems here. And that's because the wall, it's kind of hard to see, is actually 2 blocks thick. Hold on. It's actually 2 blocks thick. So that this outside wall from the outside, it just looks like regular deep slate. But on the inside, it obviously has a lot more texture. This is what Serena built at the end, her little house with the mineral tar. Here's Pocket the cat. I don't think you can see. There we go. Pocket the cat. We also got a little Garthax placed here for the finale. And of course, the roof is now completely gone. So the mineral tar can finally see the stars again. That was meant to be like the last hurrah for him, so to speak. Over here, we got Garthax's Tower. And this was actually, believe it or not, the very first thing ever built on this server. My friend Justin and I, one day, were just talking, hanging out in a call, and we said, hey, you want to build a wizard's tower in Minecraft? And we did. So he worked mainly on the big head. I did this little entranceway, the little bedrock below, and hold on. I did the little insides. And of course, there's another Garthax there. He's been freed. There's also a little donkey here named Wagungus. Just cuz. There might be another chest here. Yeah, I don't think they got you this chest. Oh, no, they did. Look at that. So yeah, that's Garthax's Tower. The very first thing ever built on the stream, which is pretty cool. Or on the server. Yeah, that's good for now. Let's go to Hetha's house. So initially, when I first made this, it was just part 1. So, whoa. So Hetha didn't have this little basement area to her house. But this thing, like, you can even see this dirt is just covering the tube. Because the tube kind of cuts through the mountain here, like this whole thing. Right below it is the tube. And then I have another little tunnel here that has this weird gray thing sticking out of it. And that's the end of the tube. And so how this works is there's a little tripwire hook attached to some command blocks. So anytime someone goes through it, hold on, wait, hold on. Anytime someone goes through it, they get taken to Zymor. There you go. We're going to go back because I want to talk about this last. I have the most to say about this area. So let's say hi to the dragons. Hey guys, looking good. And again, the starting village is right here. So let's talk about the meteorite. Because after going to the mineral tar, the players have 2 options. Basically, either going to Garthax's tower right here or Hetha's house. Either one is available. Pretty much you're going to go to Garthax's tower just because it's closer. You can see it. Hetha's house is a little more out of the way. There's more stuff to do at Garthax's tower too. A bit more of a puzzle to get in. But it is the main way to go. You got to go to both, but either way. After you do that, you got to go along the coastline to the north, past this beautiful amusement park that Nadine started building, and this little steam house, into the abandoned cove, which, like I said in the video, I think everything else from here on is all built by me. So this is a nice little abandoned cove, a nice little pirate ship. locked away. And these were the people who went to explore Varys Castle. The first people who went. And you can see it's been a little bit. The moss is kind of taking it back. The copper is all oxidized. It's no good. Even like the captain's chest has nothing in it. They got no loot. But there's this little secret thing over here. And I actually added like this top wooden block and this sea lantern. Because it took players like 10 or 15 minutes the first time they were here to find this little door. But of course, Brandon, being the Brandon he is, he found it immediately. So if you go over to the right is where the boats are. Well, the boats were. And over here is actually meant to be a little like sort of teaser. So you can't walk past these stalactites. But you can see, oh shit, there's a chest over there. I can get to that somehow. Initially, I had this block filled in so that you had to use ladders to get up here. But then I found that not a single person did that. And they just completely missed that chest. So I was like, I'll just break that off. You can see there's a whole bunch of skulls here. This is where the enchanted golden apples are. Garthax even says, I'm told they were carrying a very valuable treasure, and that's what this was. Here we have the Pirates Captain's book over here, which nobody really pointed out, but this is supposed to be Agheel. Something I will point out is that when the players were playing this, they didn't have those pictures. They just had my voice. I should also say that Garthax, the Mineral Tar, and Rain Shaz were all voiced by me when they were doing it. They didn't have these really nice voiceovers with the really beautiful pictures, so it was a lot harder for them in the moment to understand what was going on, really. Ben noticed, exactly, because he had the context clues. Aha! And that's why in the final video, I was like, all right, I got to get some artwork or something. I need to do something, because the fact that this part of the video is like when they meet these characters would just be me talking to them for 7 minutes. Here's the camera of me for 7 minutes for a lore dump. So I had the beautiful artwork commissioned. So much work. Thank you so much to Lindsay, my great sister-in-law, for the amazing photos that she did. And yeah, this is Agheel. There's like the eye shape, obviously. There's the little stars in his eyes. I really like this. I'm really proud of how this turned out, how all of these books turned out. I'm in Spectator, so I can't look at that. That's fine. But then over here, I want to actually show you guys this. Hold on. Do we have any maps left over? I don't think so. That's okay. In the map, initially, to get to the meteor, this little patch here was grass, which was really problematic because people would see like there was a closer path to the meteor, so they would just turn off right here and then try and climb up this mountain to go this way. But obviously, if you do that, it ruins Varys Castle because you can just see it right there, right from behind Mount Balagon. And I don't want that. I want to create the optical illusion that you don't see Varys Castle, right? So over here, we've got more boats. We've got the little landing platform. Even this cobblestone beach, I extended it a bit. There's also even like a little island here that I just took out because it was just in the way. But coming up here, I placed all of these ladders, I think, just to give some sort of semblance as if there was another expedition crew who came through here. And now you're going to see the purpose of Mount Balagon. Let's talk about that first. Actually, let's keep going through the meteor. So the meteor is pretty cool, and I really like it. This tower is pretty neat too. The broken ladder so that the players can use their ladders to get up here and get a nice little side reward is fun. This meteor is really cool. I quite like it, especially the inside. Throughout the whole adventure, players are collecting meteor shards, and you hear Agheel came in on a meteor. Hetha stole pieces of the meteor. So I think to finally see it is really cool. And yeah, I really like that. Over here is the entrance. And this is supposed to be like the old entrance to Varys, quote unquote, the alternate entrance. That's why there's these destroyed towers here, because there was at one point some sort of civilization here. So over here, there was a little patch of netherrack on fire, which is supposed to draw the player's attention because it's noticeably a little bit different. There's lots of lava in here, lots of meteor shards, lots of amethyst, but there's no fire, except for this one block. So if you come over here and drop down,
you'll see the secret passage to Varys Castle, which I will say, I made this tunnel. I used a whole bunch of TNT, and I just started blasting. Like, you can even see, like, we came through a regular cave. I think there's even, like, a flooded part of it at one point, but I just had my starting coordinates and my end coordinates, and I just dug a TNT tunnel and then covered it all in netherrack to make it kind of helly, kind of like you're entering a not great place. I want to show this off just because it's quite cool, and we didn't really get a chance to see it in the video. So how this is supposed to work? So there's that 4 there, and then under the ground, like here, there was this piston and a redstone torch. So I believe, let me just, all of this has been wiped away, so I literally have to do this all again. But, oh, hold on. I think it was like that. I think that has all 4 of them. So you have to do that, and then once you press on one of these pressure plates, the piston moves a block out of the way, which lets the water flow, hold on, which lets the water flow, destroy the redstone torch, and then these 4 gold, I'll show you how they retract, because it's quite cool. These 4 golden fellas, let's call them, these 4 golden pistons retract like so. So they're sticking to it now, but then when we break it, they retract like that. All 4 differently. I really like that part. I think it's quite cool. So when players were playing this part, I had it turned to night and with thunder on, because I think that's the best way to see Varys Castle. Let's just do that again. Time set night and / weather thunder. So, excuse me. I went into so much extra detail that I really didn't, that you'd really never see, like this giant support for the tower, these giant lava falls on all sides that the lava is touching is these magma blocks. Every single one. Even like over here, I don't even think you would see normally. Just these massive creases and stains in the land because it's been scorched. Now let's talk about Mount Balagon, because as you can see, this thing looks fucking weird. So my main problem was when adventurers would come up this way to look up at the meteor, you can see Mount Balagon right here. And the problem is, without it, you can fully see Varys Castle. Like, you can see the top half and Egg Heel perfectly. So if you're a player and you see that, you're just going to say, oh, well, I'm just going to avoid this meteor and just go straight towards it. I didn't want that. I wanted them to have, like, the secret entrance. So I made Mount Balagon. All of this stone here and all of these, like, trees are all artificial. I made this just simply to block this. That's why it's shaped really fucking weird. That's why it kind of goes over top of the castle a little bit. And as you can see, here's Garthax, the ancient wizard. This is where he was standing when Valisor struck Agheel. As I watched above on the peak of Mount Balagon, he's right beside him, right? Now let's do Varys Castle. Let's look at the outside. First off, I had the YouTube going for a little bit. Sarah said the hockey game was crap. Hey, no worries. Enjoy your hockey game. Don't worry about it. First off, I'm really glad nobody noticed this, but this is incorrect. The roof of Varys Castle is odd, and the actual pathway leading into it is even. So if you look at this thing, it is big fucked. It is like not symmetrical at all, which I noticed after I built everything, and I was like, well, I'm not changing that now. So something I will say, you'll see a lot of chains. These are meant to be sort of support structures for these floating platforms here. And yes, every single chain, even ones all the way down here, connect to the roof. Every single one connects to the roof. There's no cut corners here. Every single one connects to the roof. Also, these things, these towers, I'm surprised I didn't do it here. They
have this lava shooting through the center of them, so you have to like kind of sneakily make your way up. But this lava through both of the towers, actually, you can see it better from down here. They come out of the bottom and go all the way down. Even this tower, where they would go up and get the blacksmith key, the lava that's coming out of it is actually like spilling onto the path down here, which is another way to make it kind of cool and interconnected. So I should talk about the design of Varus Castle and why I decided to build it. There is these like huge mountains, right? All the way around, but you'll notice there's a lot more blackstone on this side. And that's just because this was an open area with like 3 big mountains on the side. So I decided, why not make a cool little castle that you work from the top down? And that's exactly what you do in Varus. You start at the highest platform, and then you're slowly making your way down to this platform with the water feature, down towards the little huts with all the villagers in it, etc., etc. Each of these villagers have these little books, and I don't know if it was explained, but the reason that they have them is because Varus Kingdom was built after Valisaur's old kingdom was fucking destroyed. Everyone died pretty much. There's just a few stragglers. There's not many people left. That's why there's not a lot of these little villages. And because after going through that, you're obviously going through so much trauma and experience of just grief. That's why I gave everyone a book. And that's why this guy says, I don't need a book to help process my feelings, because that's why he was given the book. And of course, not all of these are sad. Like this one is, obviously, all my friends are dead. But then this one's like, why haven't they made a Great King Valisaur too? If Great King Valisaur is one of their followers, here I am. All the lava replaced with water and all luscious again. That would be really cool. Also, the big one I will talk about is it's this one. Keep it a secret, but I've hidden an incredibly powerful weapon at the top of the castle. This is to let you know that, oh shit, there's a really OP weapon at the top of the castle. And the hint in it, the little item, because they all have items, every single one. Probably one of these wasn't taken yet. This one is just, I'm worried for our future. Great King Valisaur seems to think that this fortress can prevent all access. But what if it can't? What then? Are we just trapped here to perish? Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Great King Valisaur never led us astray before, right? And you can even see, like, the doubt that, Jesus Christ, I knew that would fall, that the people of his kingdom are starting to feel like, this is secure, but how secure? Then someone just used it to make their fucking grocery list. Like, there's some fun ones, some serious ones, and then some foreshadowing to the orphans. I feel for those poor children. They've had everything taken away from them. Thank God for Great King Valisaur and its little prayer necklace. But yeah, and you can even see there's like these bridges. Even the top one here, the very first one, has these little glass in the beginning, so you can kind of get a little sneak peek of what's to come. You can see down a bit, because that's the whole point of Varus Castle, right? Is to slowly be making your way down. So over here we have more of like the living space. There's a nice tree here. I don't think we saw much of it, but there's a little public library, 2 stories, a little bakery, just with some stuff. I think it's got bread it had in there. Of course, the blacksmith was just locked with the tower key up there. And this initially was just fully blocked off. But then people wouldn't realize that there was an enchantment area, and they would just do other stuff with their gear. And I was like, okay, wait. Let's just let them know that you can enchant your gear. But it even says, see below for access. And you know the whole point of it is to keep going down, right? So you come to the blacksmith, find the ladder, keep going down. And this is to make sure everyone's fully geared up. Anything they could want. Bows, crossbows, armor. Like I said in the video, there's 4 diamond swords, I think, but there's only 3 of each diamond armor piece. So 10 details and main job. Oh, just you wait, dude. Just you wait. There's 3 of each armor piece, so that not everyone can have full diamond armor. They have to split it amongst themselves. So however they want to decide that, they can. Here's the enchantment area, and I really like this part. There's an enchantment level, or an enchantment table, sorry. Here, I can go into creative here and give myself just like a sword or something, if I can spell it. So this one goes up to level 6. This one goes up to level 10. This one goes up to level 28. Goes up to level 30, actually. But that's just so no matter how many levels you have during the playthrough, you'll always be able to enchant something. Because if I just had this one, if you don't have, I'm in spectator mode. If you don't have like 15 levels, you can't get anything from that. And I didn't want that because people can die. You can just miss out on XP. So I was like, you know what? Give people options. Give the players some stuff to work with. And then finally, the last major building, we enter Valisaur's house, and it's a bit more regarded, esteemed. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. As you can see, Valisaur is painted, or at least meant to be painted, as a very caring man. So even though this is his home, lots of this is just public space, and it's really cool. You can actually see like his boss arena down below from his house. But like these regular tables, these big tables here, even up here, the big room for all the orphans that he's taken in. And then this is how much Valisaur has to himself. This tiny little room. The king of the castle has just this. I think that's really nice. Of course, he has the secret exit back here. This is meant to be a puzzle where you just follow along this, and of course, it does add up. If you follow along the path, you will not get shot. I was hoping every single platform would shoot you, but it seems that there was a bit of a delay, but I mean, it works still. You get the general idea of it. You want to follow the maze. But yeah, I quite like that. Over here, a glass ceiling where you can see really a lot of Varys. You can see down into the final boss arena. Of course, we've got the safe room ahead, with the whole bunch of people who had their hope, waiting on King Valisaur. He's got it, right? He did not have it, unfortunately. We'll wait to go to the point of no return. This is, of course, spilling in, so it kind of took over. You'll see these black banners. That's just because I wanted them to be able to go out here, but I didn't want to just have like wooden doors. So even when we were flying around, you probably couldn't tell that there are ways to like look inside the castle, but there's like 3 of them. This entire staircase is really well hidden. There's no railing because people weren't really intended to go out here. It's more of a precautionary thing, right? And this is how you're supposed to get that chest that Brandon jumped off early and got. There's even another chest on top of this roof and around the corner that no one got. Keep going. I don't know if there was another one there. There might have been. I don't remember. Then over here, people initially missed this. They went all the way around the castle and didn't go straight here. That's why I put the little emerald block here, because there's the little hint from earlier that there's a really strong, powerful weapon by the emerald block. So if you come around here to the emerald block, which you saw over here at the very beginning. Oh my goodness, Loki. Up the ladder, and of course, Eggheel himself. And it's actually quite funny. I don't think anyone ever got this. Because I gave them fire resistance potions at one point, and they used them for this, which is great. This is obviously where the big weapon was. But if you used your fire resistance potion and actually swam up into the eye of Eggheel, there's a chest here with meteor shards in it. I think it's gone now, but there was a chest there at some point. But yeah, pretty cool. Now, all the way down, and you can see the different layers to it really is really cool. All the way down, over back here, to the point of no return. Exercise caution. This entire walkway lit up by these redstone lamps. Some beds are still here. There is a moment earlier where they say that there is a beautiful lake at the bottom of Varys Castle. And they're not wrong. There is a lake down here. It's just been taken over by the lava. And you can see these are actually like the banners that I used to write the names on the map. You'll see some of those around. I did this after the fact too, the Varys Castle map. Hey, that's what it looks like. And yeah, the boss fight, pretty cool. I gave myself a flint and steel so I can make fire around me. A big knockback sword. When you're fighting, my goal wasn't really to kill them. It was just to be tough to kill. And I think it really worked with the knockback sword, with the really quick speed. just kind of knocking them into lava one at one. I could have just focused someone until they died and focused another. But the point of it wasn't for me to kill them. It was for them to experience the story, right? So after getting that, you go straight out this back door. And what do you know? You're back in no time at Kono Village. So now, let's talk about Zymur. My favorite part of this whole stream. I really like this place. Let's do the dragons first. I think everyone likes to know about the dragons. There's a fucking lot of them. When I was playtesting this, I was all over here. I was at this little tower here. I was down at the bottom in survival mode, and they were not attacking me. So I have no idea why they did it originally. But the first thing that was built was this, the Junior Dragon Academy, actually. Because the reason that the dragons are here, as I said in the video, they were spawned in by just some guy who joined the server, and I didn't know how to get rid of them, and I didn't know how to bring them back, which is the important part. So I was just like flying around one day, and I was like, I wonder where those dragons went, because we had like not seen them for months at this point. I was like, I wonder where they went. And the interesting thing is they're not just here randomly. This is 0-0 in the map. And I think just based on how the Ender Dragon is programmed and how it works with the fight in the end, they are meant to stick around 0-0. So that's what they do. And so that's why they stand here. That's why I can build this entire thing and they won't move. Even if you go to the end, they will just stay in 0-0. That whole battle arena with the Ender Dragon is around 0-0, which is really cool. And so that translates to the overworld as well. So if you ever spawn them in and you don't know where they are, check there. So initially, my can's blocking the cords. Oh, well, too late. All that was built, forget all of the stilts, all of the end stone on the ground, all these purple things. The only thing that was built was the walls of the Junior Dragon Academy, which at that point was called Fort Nuts. This entire center building wasn't here. And then eventually I built the Dragon Academy. Just because I wanted to do something here, I wanted to build Zymur. I had the idea of a town on stilts above the land, and I really liked that. So I built the exterior of Zymur, built this whole thing. Jesus, lightning is strike. All right, we're just gonna clear this weather. And this thing's really cool. This little bendy thing, I like it. I don't know. It's just meant to be a fun little support structure for this. And yeah, I built this, the walls of the Junior Dragon Academy, and this long walkway, and that was it. Then I decided to coat the ground in endstone, and I did that. And then I took a break for about like 5 months. For a really long time. This was just left unfinished. So one day, I don't know what spurred it, but I decided I'm going to build it, and I finished it. And there is a disgusting level of detail. You guys are going to be so fucking mad at me for this. You ready for this? So here's Zymur, right? Fun fact, I did not use any world edit, not a single point of it. I manually placed every single block. Watch this. See this random ass cave? Hold on. I'm gonna go into creative and just give myself some night vision for this next part. Do you see this random ass cave that nobody would ever go in? Yeah, I put endstone all inside of this because it's part of the land. Anytime the endstone would touch water, I put bedrock there so that it wouldn't, because, you know, it doesn't fit with the lore. Even like through here, over this other little cave system. Entire cave systems that you will never, ever see are coated in the rot, because that's just how it works, right? So that's the level of detail I really wanted with this place. You can even see around the entire outside, there's the bedrock there where it touches the water, because it can't touch the water. That's the whole point. One of the books even says like, "Oh, these little purple flowers. How will they grow?" Whoa! Thank you to the anonymous gifter for the 3 tier 1 subs. Oh my goodness! I see the celebrations are in full swing. There's a book in the Dragon Academy that says how large will these purple flowers grow? Like 3 inches, 3 feet? Who knows? And as you can see, they're fucking massive. These are like 15, 20 feet each. Absolutely huge. Thank you, Alex. I would love a hydrate. We'll get more into the plot of it. Let's just talk about the actual build. Like I said, the only thing that I used a guide for was this dragon head. That's it. Ooh, thank you for the posture check. I'm already sitting pretty straight, but I'll take it. Thank you. And this dragon head, fun fact, is actually a little bit lower than the ground itself, just because I needed room for it. So this is built up. Of course, there's a little lever there that they missed like 4 times. I show it on screen a whole bunch, and they just walk past it. It's really funny. I thought that they would find it first, but they managed to find all of the keys in order, which is really cool and not something I planned for. I'll talk about this. This is the Crest of Zymor. It's a little thing I made that kind of looks like a Lucky Charms charm. And it is all over the place. It's here. It's on the front of the library. It's on this portal here. It is on Rain's hat in the artwork. It's on Garthax's cape in the artwork. And that's just something really cool. There's a hint immediately. Not even a hint, but a little clue immediately. Closed by decree of Headmaster Shaz, toxic mold present. When you first come here, you don't really think about it, but knowing the lore, it means a lot more, right? So yeah, this building I made, there's this cool little sigil at the top. It's kind of hard to see because it's made of glass, but I like it. And even the floor here, it's really rough, but it has the same sort of Crest of Zymor on it. And yeah, this is the mold inspection room, where they're just inspecting the mold. That's literally all that's here. The first spawner you'll find is probably there. We'll talk about the lore layer. Let's talk about just the regular building of it. I'll talk about the absolute single worst thing to build for this entire thing, the entire series. It wasn't these massive end brick platforms. No. It wasn't the massive buildings or laying everything out. No. It was these fucking stilts. Because there are goddamn hundreds of them. Every like 5 blocks there's one. And it's not just one fence post, it's 4 fence posts that go all the way down. And fun fact, you might be able to tell just by like looking at them. I'll give you an angle like this from the outside. I used 2 different types of fences to show that it's the rot physically climbing the fences. I used dice to randomly alter every single fence post to determine how high the rot would climb. So you see this guy got a pretty high roll. So the rot climbed pretty high up that one, but this one, he was really low. So it's straight to the ground. I made it so everything touching end brick had to be the birch fence, but other than that, fair game. So there's some, I think there's one around here. Yeah, this one. This one goes all the way to the top because I rolled really high. But then this one only goes up like 5 blocks. It gives a sense of detail that I really like because every single fence post was placed with purpose. You'll never ever see this in the video. If you're playing through it, you'll never see it. But it's just something I really liked that I thought was necessary to do, and I'm so glad I did it. It was just so fucking tedious, and I hated doing every second of it. Welcome to Zymor City of Dragons. Here we go. Let's walk through the buildings. The weaponsmith, Smith's weaponsmith, as well as Smith's armorsmith. It's the same person. They share a building. That's why they are connected here. There's a little queue here. Every building has one. For the public anvil, all these sort of prices. Diamond sword enhancement available soon. Oh shit. I like this. The diamond sword enhancement available soon is actually a reference to those smithite ingots that Serena found. Which, fun fact, she found in a chest in this lava pool. If you were smart to look in there, that's where you would have found it. And upstairs is the little smith's room. I've cooked up something special that not even my husband knows about. I call it Smith Eye. Stash it away somewhere safe in the building. If any thief tries to snatch it, they'll burn their hands off. A little hint to where the Smithite is. A little hint that it's good. And at this point, this is where it becomes a lot more combat oriented. So I was like, you know what? If they want diamond armor, they can have it. And the point of the Smithite ingots, they didn't even end up using them, is just so that they can upgrade some of their gear. They never ended up using it, but that's okay. I just give them the resources. It doesn't matter if they really have to use it, right? This building, Arrows, is pretty cool because you see, oh, look, there's a shooting range. That's fun. This shooting range has a secret in it that nobody found. So I'm going to do some parkour right quick. If you parkour exactly like this, hold on. I think, oh my God, I don't even remember how to reach it. Like that? There you go. 64 husk burn arrows, and those will do instant health too, which does extra damage to the husks. Nobody found this because you have to secret parkour to get to it. Also, while I was playtesting it, I was like, okay, there's a problem because you can get here and fall behind. So I made a little security measure in case that happened, that you're not just stuck there and I don't have to teleport you out. So while it looks cool and is practical in the sense that there is some sort of lore reason why the shooting range exists, there's also a gameplay reason for it too. Upstairs in Arrows is Arrows room, and you can even see there is, oh, CA the Rapper, thank you for following, I appreciate it. You can even see there's a little hint that something's out of place. I did a lot of detail work, so if you see a single block out of place, that's usually for a reason. And that's because the roof here is actually collapsed. So the hope was you come up here, see that, and be like, hey, that's weird. I wonder if I can get a different vantage of it. Come down here and see, oh, wait, there's a hole in the roof. There's a chest up there. And try and platform up to it. No one did it, but that's okay. There's a whole bunch of arrows here. They're preparing for war, man. They got to get lots of arrows if they want them. The fountain, they missed this just because the dragons were attacking. Oh yeah, I made these custom banners too. They're all around Zymor. I quite like them in the purple and black cover. It's Glom's fishing shack, the first one. Whoa. Glom originally worried about lack of fish from way up high, but Glom realized something. When fish look on land, they don't see Glom because Glom is above land. Glom invisible to fishes. While we're at it, let's just do the whole Glom saga, shall we? Over here is the second one, Glom's Fishing Shack 2. That book's been taken, but he says Glom's plan of working indivisible to fishes works too well. Jesus, I'm so sorry. Glom's plan of being invisible to fishes works too well. He's too high, and that makes him sad. But now, when it's a little bit lower over here, in Glom's Fishing Shack 3 Home Edition, in his house, he's got a third book, where he's a lot closer to the ground and he finally gets fishes. That's good. It's a nice happy win for Glom. Let's talk about the tavern. So this door is locked from the outside, obviously, but there's a lever here that you can open from the inside. So when you first encounter it, you're like, okay, I know what to do. We need a key for this. But actually exploring the tavern, and actually no one found this one either, Serena, you could see, was going for it, but you can't reach it from this side of the wall. This is taken out specifically so that you can get on the outside here, walk all the way around, and then you can reach the chest with 4 strength potions in it. Pretty cool. More of the brewery. I didn't really decorate this as much as I wanted to, but I think it kind of fits the aesthetic and the theme of it anyways. So here's Doc's room. It's his private little room where he got the key to the level 2 hint, or the hint to the level 2 key, there we go. And he hid it in the storage room. Stockade room, no entry without key. So there's actually 2 ways into the stockade room. There's this one, and there is this one, but I mean, this one's just a waste of time, because you can just open that door anyways. Also, there's a chest here. If you're walking across this bridge and turn around, you can find a meteor shard. So in the stockade room, there's a whole bunch of golden carrots. I started filling them up, but then I was like, this is so much work, I don't want to do this. So a lot of them are just empty. And I think that helps with the desperate feel that Zymor is going for. There's a little chest here with a meteor shard. Brandon found that just to make it extra helpful. that players would find this, there's only one actual way, because this is the barrel that has it, and it has a tap on it. None of the other barrels have a tap on it, but this one does, and that's to let you know that it's a little bit special. It's also only accessible from this side. It's covered on all other sides by this other mountain of barrels, so you kind of got to go to this ground floor to find it. And then there's another lever to just lead you out. And that's zone 1. It's very business orientated. That's why there's the tavern here. There's the clothing shop. There's nothing really special about the clothing shop. It's just another shop. Some nice things up here. Since most people can't work, many of the shops are simply giving things out for free, even drinks at docks. I still keep my signs up though, just because I'm lazy. Haha. These got moved. Those were down here. Whoa, something is glitched there. That's fine. I wonder if it's the dragons pushing them around. Oh, that's interesting. So let's go up. Let's go up. This is the main crux and the main focus is the City Hall building. This is the gameplay portion of Zymor. Because obviously if I made it with no locked doors, you can just run up here right away and go to the Dragon Academy. That's it. But I wanted you to explore the city some more. So that's why there's these level 1, these access keys, right? The level 1 access key, you get the hint right here. The level 2 access key, you get the hint from the tavern. The level 3 access key, you get the hint after level 2. But you can really find them in any order you want. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's also a little handy map to help people go around. I didn't mark the zones, even though I should have. That's zone 1, that's zone 2, that's zone 3. It just helps for me, though. But, new resident notice. See maintenance building in zone 3 for your starter package. We'll get to that later. This is the level 1 access. It's meant that the more levels of access, the higher your rank. That's why anyone can get a level 1 access key. You just got to go to the library. Easy peasy. And you get all this access to this information. That's why it gets... Headmaster Rain Shaz of the Dragon Academy holds power over most of the city. Her insight helped Zymor rise above our past failures into a new future for us all. These books, I don't know if anyone actually read them. Let's read this one. At the tallest point in the city, the Dragon Academy walkway is the highest reachable surface in Zymor, standing at a whopping 77 meters above sea level. Just regular little tidbits and lore facts. They get more specific as you go on, and more... the knowledge becomes more valuable, because that's just like, yeah, who cares, whatever, fun little facts. Level 2 access gave it to the manager of the maintenance building, so a bit more power. Level 3 saved for the Junior Dragon Academy. I toiled so fucking long and hard over Hetha, man. She was initially going to be in the Dragon Academy. She was going to be on this bridge at one point, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it. She's going to be in here. And then Brandon killed her in 2 hits, so I was like, all right, whatever. Again, they play tested this for me, so... a lot of it, oh, that's not even. Oh, whatever. A lot of it was done by them, which I really, really appreciate. So over here, there's nothing. Level 3, level 1 access, your reward, a couple meteor shards, and a bit of lore. Level 2, your reward, killing Hetha. That's huge. As well as some more enchantment bottles and more enchantment tables if you wanted. I believe this is the only place in the city where you can do it. And then your level 3 reward is literally just access to the Dragon Academy. So this is just a filler building. There's not much here. Or a filler room, I should say. Let's go to Zone 2 next. Zone 2 is very, I would say, less so business orientated and more just essential buildings, quote unquote. Because none of them are really essential. This is the hospital. Nice big waiting room, really cramped rooms, most of which have these little husks in them. These little husk spawners, a little like supply chest over here, supply closet that you can close the doors to. Little private rooms that aren't very private. And yeah, upstairs, you can even see she was working like 20-hour days just because there were so many sick people. Oh yeah, this is nothing. Just a waste of space. Oh well. The barracks. Nadine went here, but we didn't see it. This is the dumping ground. More queues. And actually, the reason it's called that is because it's right over this lava pit. This was natural lava that I decided to just keep. And I built the dumping grounds over it. And actually, I am now seeing that it's burnt down a couple of these stilts. That's interesting. I guess I just placed them too close. Oh well. But yeah, pretty cool. The dumping grounds is a nice little building. Up here, you've got the dumper's room. I operate this dumping ground, right? You got Garbo. I dump it, right? Pretty cool. Over here is the bakery as well as the farm. So the bakery over here has some cool stuff. I think that's a meteor shard. This is just various seeds and stuff. You can see it's kind of running low. Over here, I don't know if anyone came up here. We got 2 books. Let's read them. People are getting sick of eating the same thing every day. What do they want me to do? People start serving people meat? Actually. It's hard to be all smiles and happiness over here. I keep telling Headmaster Shaz that we're running low on food, but I'm going to lose it if I hear another, don't worry, we're close to finding a cure. Are you? Whatever. Guess it's carrots for dinner again. There's a sense of growing uneasiness in Zymor that I really like, because this... Fuck, I'll wait to talk about that. I can talk about it for a long time, but... Out back is the farm, which as you can see is missing a whole bunch of crops. 2 husk spawners here, and it's made of glass, which is pretty cool. I like it quite a bit. This is just a nice little outdoor area. I believe if you stand on this fence, you can jump up and get this meteor shard. Oh, I guess someone did. Cool. We didn't really see the inside of this building either. This is the jail. Nadine read the book that was up here. I like this little carpet pattern. And as you can see, there's just a bunch of spawners here and a whole bunch of cells, some of which you can see are open. Iron doors usually need a sort of source to keep them open, and that's what these are. These little redstone torches and pieces of redstone open specific doors to let people go in them. I believe one of these, it's this one, this chest. You can't actually get in this room, but you can get in this room and you can look through the wall and like crouch down and you can see the meteor shard. No one ended up getting that one. I believe the skull was in the one. Oh, there's another skull here. Perfect. There's another skull at this end too. I don't think this has another fun little iron bar puzzle though, but that's where Zach got his skull. Pretty cool. This building is a lot more important than it seems. I don't know if anyone ever went up here because the door is closed, but if you come up here, there's just a ladder. And if you go all the way up to the ladder, there's this book. They laughed at me. They called me a madman, a fool, an utter clown. But when the rot rises, what direction will we have to go? Up! And inside is just a whole bunch of ladders. That's because... I'll talk about this now, just because why not? The ladder shop was brought up. I say that there is another ending to this, and the other ending is literally going into the end and killing an ender dragon. So that's what this is, and that's why Dragon Academy basement access is just a staircase. What that is a staircase to get over this fence that you've seen to take you down here to this broken staircase with the underneath, the ruins of Alistair Shaz's old laboratory, which I probably could have done better. This front entrance completely blocked up by rot. And there's a whole bunch of end portals here. I made these just by going into creative, making an end portal, and then destroying the frame. So that's what they're scattered about. And this is just the regular end. I'm not going to go in there because it's going to take me a while to get back. This is the regular end. So if you go in here, it's just the end. And the problem is because they don't have any blocks or water buckets, if they wanted to fight the dragon, like they could try shooting all the things, I guess, but I wanted to just give them a way to climb the towers. So that's what the ladder shop is. That's why Rain Shaz even says, I suggest visiting the ladder shop. Because that's literally all that's here is ladders to help you defeat the dragon at the end, which is really cool. This thing, I made a little gap here. I probably should have done it better, but I made a gap here just so that if I didn't play test this, remember. I can't really. I'm one person who knows where everything is. So I didn't know how many husks would be alive. I didn't know how many of them would be trying to follow. So while we were reading these books, I didn't want us to get interrupted. So that's what this is. So that's why you have to kind of jump over to the library. Of course, the second floor of the library is the big maze. Third floor is Rain Shaz's room. Pretty cool. I don't remember what was in that chest. Something good, I think. And yeah, that's the library. That's Zone 2. Zone 3 is my favorite. And we'll talk about the lore for us in a second. But when I was making Zone 3, like I say, every single one of these buildings is unique and is different because when I made them, I kind of had a set rule of a select choice of colors of bed, of carpet, and then you get a choice of like a flower, a book, or a chest. Oh, I was hoping there'd be a chest here. Or a painting. So each of these places, you'll see they all have a table, they all have a bed, they all have the 3 carpets, they all have a window. But they also have either a chest, a painting, a flower, or a book. One of each. And the whole idea was that the residents themselves could kind of choose what they wanted. All of these outer houses are the single units. That's why they're a lot smaller. But then these ones over here are all... Oh, hey. These ones over here, like this one, for example, is double, which means they get double the carpet, they get double the bed, they get a choice of 2 of them, painting or a plant, and they get 2 tables as well. So identically, it's the exact same, but like that's how that one is laid out, which is different than this one, which is different than this one, which is different than this one. So every single one of these is made in painstakingly unique detail that I'm proud of. I stay blessed every day for this gorgeous view. Prayer hand emoji. Because you got a nice view of... Actually, that's a nice view. That's not a bad view. My favorite one is over here. I think it's this one. Brandon, look at this one. What a ripoff. When they said I have a window, I didn't think it meant like this. Why do you have to keep it so clean? And there you go. And that was another thing. I made it... There was a few different options for how clean the window could be. So that you can see this one's a little bit dirtier than this one. And this guy keeps his window to his other friend's house really clean. But his other one is fucking dirty. It's disgusting. Just visual comedy like that. And again, all of these are different. All of these are unique. This is the maintenance building. And you'll see these brown things and on either side of it, these little wooden things. And when you're walking through playing the game, you don't really think of anything of it. But what this actually is the redstone that connects the 2 washrooms on either side to the maintenance building. That comes up, attacks the door from the side, just like that, on either side, which is pretty cool. So this one's missing the tap. Nice little bathroom. All of these have toilet handles, but it's missing the tap. Even the glass to help you kind of see that it's missing something. And then over here, this one's missing the toilet handle. Immediately as soon as you walk in, because at the other one, the taps are at the back, right? Whereas this one, as soon as you walk in, you can see the taps right here. They're all there. So if you come here, close for maintenance, no entry please by the management, it's missing a toilet handle. Because of course it is. It's missing a toilet handle. Why would they keep the toilet operational? Makes no sense. But that's what the maintenance building is. It's basically just a puzzle building. I think I could have fleshed it out more, but I do like that it's just a puzzle. That's what a lot of them are. And I really like that about it. Something cool. This is zone 1, right? This is the tavern. This is the first area you'll be in the adventure. If you come over this little bridge, which goes under City Hall, you can see a lot clearer the stilts and the purple flowers as well. You can actually see the chest that has... Oh, thank you for the posture check. You can see the chest that has the level 2 key in it. So it kind of entices you that you want to figure out the secrets of this maintenance building because there's a fucking chest in there. I can see that shit, right? Which I really like. Now, last but not least, Dragon Academy has a bunch of books in it. And the way that these books are organized is kind of just... I would say sequentially. The books that you read first are the first kind of discoveries they make. So as you progress, the situation at Zymor kind of gets more and more dire, and they start to notice more and more things about the dragons until eventually you get to the top, where everything's just become kind of rotted, and it's already spread up here just a little bit. to the big old amethyst thing in the center, which is cool. Probably no correlation with the meteor shards, but that's okay. And yeah, that's it. So let's talk about the lore of Zymor and why I built it like this. As I'm sure you've noticed, everything is made of the same 3 fucking blocks. It is spruce wood, and end stone. Now, the end stone, I hope you can figure this out, are the end bricks given by the other. Really, really strong and sturdy, so you can build foundations on it, but light as a feather, which is why that these wood supports are enough to hold up the entire city. Because while dense and durable, they're really light, which is why the city works as it does. Because I honestly don't think these stilts would be enough to hold it, but who knows? So the real challenge was trying to figure out how to make each building on the outside and the inside look different with these limited materials. But I think I did a good job. You can see, like, even here, a lot of these buildings are different. This one has thicker wood and less end stone. This one has lots of end stone. This one has thick wood corners. This one has a big end stone roof. This one has lots of bedrock and obsidian in it, but that's just because it's special. The jail is almost entirely end brick, whereas the hospital is almost entirely the wood. And I really like that. That was a really fun challenge to try and make everything similar without being monotonous. And now let's talk about kind of the lore of it a little bit more. So, the Junior Dragon Academy, the Dragon Kissers, that's kind of poked at a few times. Like this one. I love the dragons is purely scientific. Despite the rumors, we do not worship the dragons. Your basement tells a different story. It's just this surface coating, right? The level 2 manager, the manager of the maintenance building, is jealous of the people of the Junior Dragon Academy because they have a level 3 access and he doesn't. Because while it is academic related to the Dragon Academy, it's a different sort of school of study. So it's a little bit separate. But yeah, that's why they have this fucking thing, this dragon maw. Because while the Dragon Academy's whole thing was worshipping not really anything, it was science-based. They are looking for a cure for the rot, right? Like, with whatever means that they can. Scientific means, that is. Whereas the people of the Junior Dragon Academy don't fucking care about that. Savior of our people, the dragons. Salvation can be found in the maw of the beast. They believe that the dragons are the answer, whereas Rain more thinks that the dragons are the question. And it's really up to the viewer to interpret who is right. You know, I don't think necessarily getting physical with a dragon is the right answer to cure the mold, but like, it hasn't worked, but it also, well, it's failed quite a bit actually. So that's the Junior Dragon Academy. That's why they're physically separate to them as well, because really, I like to think that they brought about the mold themselves. Because the mold on this island, it's easy. It comes from the Junior Dragon Academy, right? But the mold on this island wouldn't have, because it can't cross the water. So there is a question of why there's mold here in the first place. And I think having something to do with the fact that they are physically communing with the dragons could definitely be some part of it. It's also, Zymor is also completely lit up, so that regular enemies can't spawn anywhere. Nowhere can you find a zombie or a skeleton or a creeper or an enderman or a fucking whatever. The only thing you can find is the husks, and I really like that. But yes, I want to talk about Zone 3, because these buildings were kind of built in order of importance. So that's why City Hall and the library and of course the 2 Dragon Academies are so much fancier and so much bigger with more space, whereas the actual living conditions for the people is kind of like a slum. Like, it is so low down. No matter which entrance you approach it from, you have to go down to go into it. And even down here, you can see. Compare it to Zone 1, if you will. These stilts are big. This place is high up off of the ground. Whereas over here, you're almost fucking touching the ground. Like, these stilts are tiny. I can almost barely walk under this. So it's no mistake that these people are living in squalor. They aren't really living, they're living in bad conditions, just straight up bad. Like, these people are suffering 100%. I don't think there's any mistaking that. Even if you read any of these books. Personally, I can't wait until the rot inevitably turns us all into zombies. Better than working a 9 to 5, am I right? Some people have just given up on their fate. Like, they just don't care anymore. Someone called me boring today. I thought it was a little rude. That's a little rude. I didn't say it out loud. I don't think I'm boring. I choose one of the most colorful paintings. That's something, right? Anyways, taxes, business, taxes. That's a colorful painting, yeah. That's a really funny book. No one read that. There's a whole bunch of books here that people just won't read. This gives you a little hint about where the level, or how to get into the maintenance building. I'm just looking for more of the books. What's this one say? I actually don't mind my new house. It's certainly not as good as my previous one, but it's important to appreciate the little things. And I mean, you have a beautiful view, so that factors into it. So there is something to be said about the socioeconomic placement of Zone 3 and the slum that it is, basically, versus the grandeur and the huge rot safe haven that is the Dragon Academy. Because while these two stories are very different and very separate, they have similar themes of the ruler of a land, of a kingdom, or a city, or whatever, and wanting to protect something. With Valisor, his whole thing was he wanted to protect his people, but his own greed in thinking that he could kill a god and take its powers is, in the end, inevitably what got them killed. Even Garthax himself points it out. Ironic, really, at the very end of his speech, right? And then Rain, her whole thing is saving the dragons at whatever cost. And eventually it costs the lives of not only every single person that she was in charge of, but herself as well. But the thing is, these are, she wasn't wrong, man. These are undeniably special creatures. But was it worth it? Was what she did a good thing? Or was it bad? And it's sort of meant to be up to interpretation. It's meant to be gray. There's not meant to be some sort of direct good and evil in this story. Except for Alistair Shaz. He's a bit of a dick. He's a bit of a dick. He's the reason this all happened in the first place. But there's not really meant to be a distinct good and evil to either of them. Even Valisor. I think leading up to it, you hear, like, the king dressed in black. He conquered the nightmare realm. His whole plan was to kill Agheel. You kind of think of Valisor as this villain, right? Until you get to the actual city and see that he really does care for his people. It's just the question of, did he go about it in the best way? And I was thinking about this earlier, about whether or not Valisor, if he succeeded, what would actually happen? Like, what are the ramifications of that? If he kills Agheel, takes his powers, becomes the new god of sight that can see everything. Because the whole reason that he wanted to do it was that he could stop and see any potential threat to his people and stop them before they were a threat. But the problem is, at what point are you just making up threats? And I think there was another piece of fiction and piece of media that discussed this too. It's like, this 2-year-old kid is going to grow up to be a serial killer. Do you kill him? And I don't know. I think that's a question for another day. I think that's up for interpretation. What do you think? Do you think Valisor would have gone crazy regardless of if his plan succeeded or not? Are you glad it failed? Who knows? But yeah, I really like Zymor. It is rotten. It is empty. It is monotonous. It is hopeless. It is sad. It is tragic. I think both of them are, both Varys and Zymor. Those are the kind of stories I like to tell. But I think they're just, I don't know. It's really interesting getting into the mindset of the people of this, because you built like your entire town and you basically destroyed it and built it up again, literally for nothing, just to die. Whereas if Rain had just left, all of her people would have survived. Everyone would have died. Everyone would have lived. The dragons would be fine still. They haven't had a cure. Frankly, I don't think there is one. They're just here. So, yeah. Zymor is my favorite thing I built. Gameplay-wise, I think it is amazing. Visually, it is fucking jaw-dropping. And yeah. This says Volume 1 of Blakey's Adventure. It's going to be a long time before I do a Volume 2, but I would do a Volume 2. Absolutely. I got ideas in my old noggin. But, yeah. I really wanted... Initially, Volume 2 was going to have... It was going to end with Zymor like this, but it was going to start with going back to Varys, and there'd be a portal there, and you'd go through the Nether, through the Nightmare Realm, and, like, see what Valisor did. Maybe I could have connected it a bit more, but who knows. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This is it. This is everything. This is what I've been working on for 9 fucking months. So I really hope everyone enjoyed. I really hope everyone had a good time. I am so unbelievably proud of this. I'm so unbelievably excited to do more. I want to build on this server a lot more. I'm still going to be doing every single creative stream on this server, and we got a lot more space to work with now. Now that I've showed you guys what's been here, there is so much more room for us to build up and build new stuff. Your attention to detail, talent, story building, good eye for game, level designer, incredible, and this whole project is insane as all hell. Thank you, Dino. I really put in the fucking effort, man. We filmed this. You'll notice in the video, it's a different background. Because I moved. In June. You will also notice that there's like a... You might have noticed that there's like a humming throughout the whole video. That's my laptop fan. Because I built this and recorded it on my laptop when I didn't have my actual gaming PC. That's how, like, March or April is when we record this. I went back today and looked at it. Like March or April is of last year. And I had built it a year before that. The first part of it anyways. Like, this is a project 2 or so years in the making. Very on and off, but still, like, it was consistent work all last year on this project. Here, I can even show you some stuff. Wait, hold on. Can I just... Oh, no, I can't do that. Okay. Let's just look at this, shall we? Hold on. I got to bring it down. There we go. So if I close Minecraft, I don't think we need it anymore. We're good. I made a whole bunch of reference photos, and a lot of them ended up getting scrapped. For my sister-in-law, Lindsay. So, like, there's the meteor, there's Hetha. I provided these amazing drawings done by me with the real-world locations so she could get a sense of it. But, like, this one was cut. There's the demon attacking the Nightmare Realm. Lots of cool stuff. And, yeah. A lot of the weight, honestly, this was done, the video itself was done last month, or like end of November or something. So it could have come out last year, but I got these drawings at the end of December. So I've just spent all of January, basically, finishing up the video, implementing them into the final project, obviously, as well as making all the reels, which Ryley, Mandarin, Redbear Media in the chat, also the voice of Garthax the Wizard, he did those. He has a special thanks in the credits because he is such an amazing help with everything. But yeah, here's all of the reference photos. These are what the outfits of the people of Zymor are supposed to wear. All of these drawn. Ryley, you are a fucking champ. There's all of the photos. Like, here's the Garthax reference photo. There's Rain Shaz reference photo. Like the witch and the mineral tar. There's Great King Valisaur. There he is. The king dressed in black. Holy. And just like, look at all of these different things. These are all in it. Lots of this is like music, like this. This is music. But then there's also, I have the player's point of views throughout the whole adventure. There's Serena drinking a Fanta. And here, you can hear my voice of Garthax.
To your death, who am I to stop you? There is, in fact, another entrance. There was a secret tunnel constructed that granted access to the Great Bridge.
Because during it, I obviously didn't have access to all these other people. It's just me. And let me tell you, doing the mineral tar and Garthax's voice almost back to back fucking hurt a lot on my throat, let me tell you. But like, I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's Katie's audio, my friend for it, who did the voiceover of, you guessed it. I got the credits here. I changed the music. Sorry, Ryley. Voice acting is always fun, if not also painful. I know. Okay. So Nadine, you might notice, she didn't have any perspective, point of view, just because she didn't record it. Her laptop is kind of iffy, so she just didn't record it. So we have me going back to every single book that she read, all fucking 11 or so of them. Some of these I had to rewrite because someone would read the book, take it, and then they'd log out and they would just have it on their person, so I could never get it again. So I just had to write it over again. So that's what all of those are. What is even this? Oh yeah, this is initially the flyovers I did, because this was like on my laptop. You can even, excuse me, you can hear the fan of my laptop in the background there. But that was supposed to be the little like area introductions like we have. I did these all on my old computer without the shaders, and it looks a lot worse. It looks a lot worse than the new ones. Let me just say. Do I even have it? Should be here, right? Like these ones. My friend Ben with the amazing voice acting. He had never really done anything like this. He had never done just a somber narrating voice before. And I think he did an absolutely amazing job. Like, he did incredible. He did the entire history of Zymor. That wasn't initially planned. Initially, he was just going to do this and, like, the credits. But then I was like, hey, do you want to do this for me? Because I don't want to do that. But, yeah, man. A lot went into this. Too much went into this. I don't want to work on another project for 8 fucking months. That's too much. Okay? That is quite simply too much. But, I mean, hopefully the finished product reflects it. Because even though the video quality looked like that, and even though the audio was done, as soon as I got my PC, I was like, God fucking damn it, I wish I didn't record this yet. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys did too. I haven't looked at how many views it has. I'm probably not going to. But yeah, this entire recap stream is going up probably Monday. I'm probably not going to have time tomorrow to put this up. I'm going to D&D right after work, and my throat is sore. So thank you guys. I really hope you had a fun time. I hope it was worth the wait. Was it worth the wait? Was it worth the wait? I don't know. I think so. Like we even said, why when we were watching it, because I, again, live with Nadine, Zach, and Serena, and Ben. Lots of features in this cast. When we were watching it, Serena, after like part 1 was done, Serena didn't even realize. She was like, wow, it's been an hour already. And I was like, yeah. It's really easy to watch, to the point that when I was watching it, when I was editing it, I would be like, okay, let me just double check what happened in this scene. And I would go back and be like, okay, cool. And then I'd watch it for 10 or 15 minutes and be like, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here watching this now. I think half of the reason I took so long is because I sat here watching this. But it took so long to edit. Probably just because I'm not a very good editor and I wasn't working on it super consistent. I'm leaving this Discord up. Oh my god. I wasn't working on it super consistently, but yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Zymor is designed in a very cool way. I really like the level design of Zymor. I hope to get more of it. That's like my favorite part of the adventure, part 1, without a doubt in my mind, was Varys Castle. Because it was more than just walk here and look in a chest. Because that was what the entire 90% leading up to it was. And so when I did Varys Castle, I was like, okay, that was a lot of fun. That feels like I actually made something really cool and really good. So I took that into consideration when making Zymor. And that's why Zymor, you don't have to work to get to it. You kind of do in the sense you have to find Hetha's house again. But once you find it, you're just teleported right there. Because that's not the adventure. The adventure isn't you walking to Zymor. It's you exploring the city. And I think I made it really, really fun to explore. I hope, anyways. It was a lot of work, but I think it turned out really good. And hopefully I get lots of views for it. But other than that, thank you all for listening to this. I just wanted to go behind the scenes and talk about some stuff because a lot of stuff was glossed over and missed in the video because, quite frankly, there's a lot of shit to cover. So I just wanted to go over and give you guys a bit more juice, a bit more meat to the story. And I really hope you guys enjoyed. I had a blast streaming. It's 10 o'clock here. I'm probably going to go to bed soon. God damn. But thank you all for watching, sharing with your friends, for wishing me well. Monday is going to be I don't know something. I have no idea what I've planned for next week other than Elden Ring at one point. So we will see. For the first YouTube video of this year, the other ones will not be this well made. Surskit Only should maybe come out. It should come out in February. It should come out in February. But that is also going to be a really long one. It's just not going to be. It's not going to be given the same fanfare. I'm not going to give the same fanfare to a lot of stuff. Like every video is not going to have six days worth of trailers leading up to it. It's just not. It's just because this was an extra special project that took so long to build that I wanted as many people to be aware of it as possible, which is why I was just a fucking nuisance about this. I was like, all right, hey, did you hear yet? Hey, did you hear yet? Hey, guess what I'm doing? Hey, look at this. Listen. Hey. But my voice is shot for streaming and for streaming yesterday, so I'm going to go. Have a great night, everyone. I love you a lot. Take care. And, yeah. Be adventurous for me. Look forward to more stuff like this, because I really, really, really like making this. I just wish I could make it quicker. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.